Hi, Matt. I'm going to work out the in-class work for Chapter 6. Take a look, though, at the lectures again in E360. Maybe do them one at a time. So the first lecture, and then you're ready for the bronze in-class work. And then there's a different lecture for then says you're ready for the silver, and then a last one for the gold. Maybe do it step by step. Some of the numbers that you're getting I recognize and some of them I don't. So let's take a look at the bronze, and I don't see your work here, so I can't tell if you're using my method or the book method. So I guess I will just go ahead and use my method. And if you don't like that and you want me to switch it, I can switch it. I like I recognize that number. So the equivalent units of production for materials, I get that. But I am off 5,000 here, or you are off 5,000 there. How did I get equivalent units of production for conversion costs? Well, I got the ones that were 100% done, and we transferred out was 80,000 of them. Plus, I did some work on ending WIP, and we have 15,000 of them, and they are half done, which is 7,500 would be the work that we've done, plus, well actually not plus, minus, when I start with this really big number done, some of that stuff that was done last month, and I need to get it out because FIFO says we don't want prior work included. So what did I have that I did last month? Well, I did 20% of that. So 2,000, subtract 2,000, and what is that? 80 plus 7,500 minus 2. 85,500 should be what you get there. So I'm going to put 85,500 in here. That's going to follow through, isn't it? I get this number, but this number is going to be a little bit off because if you took costs of that and you divided it by your units, yep, that's how you got that. So I'm going to instead just the new math on this one would be 251 is what you'll get when you change that. Okay? And then down here, I'm not sure which way you like to tackle this, so let's tackle the bottom down here first. And you're pretty close. You might just be off because of this unit right there. So my direct materials, what's still hanging around? I got 15,000 of them. And our price above was 5.5, which means 82,500. For the conversion costs, we had 7,500 of them at a new price 251, which would get you that. And if you add that up, get 101,325, not this. 101,325, which means, because I like to back into that number, this would be 641,205. I think in the end you're pretty close. The only thing that caused you to be off is missing 5,000 units here, which then carried down through the rest of the problem. So you're pretty close there. Let's go look at the silver one. How close did we get here? Both of my numbers are a little bit different here. Let's see if we figure out where we went off as I do it. direct materials, I'm going to do it like I did in the video. Direct materials on the top, conversion costs. How many are completely done and transferred to the next department? 100,000. So that's the same for both, because if they were transferred, they're completely done. Plus ending WIP. What did we do on ending WIP? We've got 20,000, 60% done. When do materials go in? At the beginning, so all of the materials are in. But only 60% of the labor is done, so that's 12,000. And then, because I start with a bigger number than I should, I have to back out the work we did last month. All of those materials went in last month. 20% of that work was done last month, which is 2,400. So if I do the math here, this should be 108, and this should be 109. So that should be that number, should be 108, and this number should be 109,600. So that's going to affect, oh, you got the right number there. I wonder how that happened. Total costs 4675, 1, 2, 3 zeros, divided by, if I divide it by your number, I must have missed a zero somewhere. We are way off. 4675. Oh, only 2 zeros. That would do it. Okay, so you must not have used that number when you went to calculate this, because this number is correct, which means you did use 108 when you calculated that. Now this one, I'm not quite sure. Total dollars, current month dollars, 215 would be the current month dollars divided by 109,600, that right there, which would make this $1.96. Okay? I'm going to put a note in here. There we go. So then, the math follows down, unfortunately. So your numbers are going to be off a little bit. So let's rework this and put in our new dollars. Our direct materials, as far as direct materials go, in ending WIP, how many do we have? 20,000. And our price per unit is that. As far as conversion costs go, we have 12,000. That would be that right there, which is 20,000 at 60%. And my price per unit was that. Which gives you a grand total. If you add both of these up, your grand total should be 110,120. Just a slight difference. Which then means if you add up all of your dollars that exist anywhere you can find them, and you subtract the dollars that are still in ending WIP, then you would have the dollars that must have left, which would be about that. Okay. That's the silver one. Where's the gold one? Gold one. I like that number. That's good. I like that number. That's good. I like that number. This one's off a little bit. If we look for conversion dollars all over the place, we've got 300,000 in the current month plus 55,000 from last month. And the weighted average throws them all in a bucket together and divide by the number of units. So I get 406 right there. Which will tweak these numbers just a little bit here. So if you modify that, that's going to be 121, 200 if you follow that math down. And this is going to be 808, 800 again. But those two answers change because once you fix this, then everything else falls into line. All right, hopefully that helps a little bit. Go listen to the lectures again in E360 as well, and try it again on paper. Maybe hide the answers and see if you can get the new answers again the second time around. And shoot me emails when you get stuck on something. I usually get back to people really, really quickly.